Hi, it's time for my weekly OEA update. I want to begin with some shout outs. First off, I want to thank everyone who participated in NEA's telephone town hall calling on Congress to pass critical funding relief for our states and local communities and schools. There were 13,000 members that were part of that. I was honored to be able to share Ohio's story as part of that conversation. We continue to need your action to call on Senator Portman and other members of the Senate to act following the House's lead to provide that funding. I also want to give a shout out to several locals that have had some great success. Just heard from the Worcester Education Association. President Scott Miller reported that once all the votes were counted, Worcester was successful in their passage of an operating levy. The first time in their history that they were able to pass a levy on the first try, and it's because of the great organizing work led by WEA members in Worcester. Also want to recognize the Leipzig Education Association in Northwest Ohio. They were successful in pushing back successfully against an administrative plan to extend their contract year by 3 unpaid days. And instead, they were able to stop that from happening as they continue to protect the rights of their members. And also want to recognize the Springfield Education Association in Lucas County. They were able to organize to stop the unfair non-renewal of 3 of their members. To everyone, continue the good work and continue to share your success stories with me. As you know, we are continuing to have discussion with state authorities, the Department of Education, the Department of Health, and people from the governor's office as we're providing feedback based on what we're hearing from you on necessary state guidance to help in the planning for next school year. I expect that guidance document to be finalized within the next week or two. And as that is happening, we have an internal work group that's going to be providing support and recommendations to our local associations on how best to advocate for the health and safety of members, to protect workload issues, and also protect members' jobs through what is expected to be a very challenging time. I know that as we are looking ahead, we are continuing to make sure that health and safety is of utmost priority. We are calling on state leaders to be very explicit in terms of what is necessary for health and safety protections. And then having very frank conversations about what's feasible at the local level to implement those things. Make sure that you have a voice at the table. Make sure that you are advocating. I was in a meeting the other day with leaders of the superintendents and school boards associations, as well as leaders from other major unions in Ohio, and our state superintendent of public instruction, and the other top officials from ODE. All of us agree that collective bargaining is absolutely critical. And we want to be careful as we're bargaining not to give away anything that concedes rights or protections of members as we recognize the need to adjust on a temporary basis for changing circumstances. So we're going to be putting out some written guidance on that that's joint from all those organizations. I also am testifying this week in the Senate Finance Committee to talk about OEA's priorities, and we'll be sure to share the full testimony with all of you so that you can share that with members. So a couple of opportunities coming up later this week. First off, we will have our 3rd weekly Zoom call for local leaders. Local presidents are invited to participate, and of course we encourage OEA staff members and district leaders to be with us as well. That will be at noon on Wednesday. We will begin, as we have the previous couple of weeks, by reviewing questions that we needed to research and then opening it up for discussion for 45 minutes, 12 to 12:45 on Wednesday. Hope you can be there. And then also, in case you're not able to be there, we will post the information on the OEA Local President's Facebook page in case you want to see anything that you might have missed. Then also Wednesday, we are kicking off what's called Wellness Wednesdays. We have a cadre of members. It's an OEA membership wellness cadre that is being headed up by Andrew Smith, school social worker in Sheffield Lake, and one of our regional directors, Erica Clay. They've got a great program coping with COVID. We hope that you're able to participate. We also are continuing to do listening circles on Thursdays in support of members through these challenging times. Thank you for all you're doing. We're getting close to the end of this school year, and we know we're going to have to continue to stick together because we are in this together as we go into next year. Thank you very much.